Welcome to all. Today we will discuss about plant kingdom, pteridophytes. So earlier already completed Cylophyta, Bryophyta, and now we continue about Pteridophyta. Before entering into it, we will discuss about what is Gametophyte and what is Sporophyte. This difference I will discuss, and after then I will go for Pteridophytes also. What is Gametophyte and what is Sporophyte? Every plant exhibits two alternations. First one is Sporophyte, generally in higher plants, which is a dominant. So that I took right now. First, Sporophyte. What is Sporophyte? And then what is Gametophyte? So two things. After completion of this, we will go for Pteridophytes also. Gametophyte and Sporophyte. Plant body exhibit two alternations. Plant body exhibits two alternations. One is diploid condition, another one is a haploid condition. If we take the Sporophyte, which exhibit generally in diploid condition, 2n, the plant body that exhibit in a 2n stage is called a Sporophyte, and the plant which exhibit only the haploid condition, that means only one set of chromosomes, called Gametophyte. Even our body also exhibit these two conditions, 2n and n condition, both are available. 2n diploid, so all body cells, vegetative cells are exhibiting 2n, and gamete cells, so the reproductive cells which followed the reductional division, that are formed gametes. So gametes are only the haploid condition. As like same in plant body also, diploid condition Sporophyte is present and haploid condition Gametophyte is present. These are the two things we find. Sporophyte, Gametophyte. So plant body exhibiting two alternations. One is with diploid condition, that means two sets of chromosomes, and one is one set of chromosome, that is Gametophyte. Like two alternations are there. So if you take in Cylophyta, earliest plants, so Gametophyte is only the dominant. If we go for Bryophyta, the Gametophyte is a dominant, and along with that even Sporophyte also is present with foot, seat and capsule, like the three parts only exhibited in the Sporophyte of Bryophyta. That means that are exhibiting diploid condition. And Gametophyte which exhibit only haploid condition. Already we said the dominant in case of Cylophyta and Bryophyta is absolutely Gametophyte. N condition only we find. If you go for Pteridophyta, Pteridophyta consists of Sporophyte is a dominant because of it exhibit true root, stem and leaves. So which is a diploid condition. Which is in a diploid condition, that is dominant. So haploid condition is a Gametophyte, which is called prothallus. Prothallus. The Gametophyte of Pteridophyta is called prothallus, which exhibit only the inconspicuous green heart-shaped multicellular structure is a prothallus. So undifferentiated plant body. Undifferentiated plant body is present in case of Gametophyte of Pteridophyta. I will take the structures. What exactly is identified in case of the Gametophyte and the Pteridophyte. So generally exhibiting two stages already we know. Prothallus of Teredophyte. So we are taking now the thallus body. Already we said in the Thallophyta also, undifferentiated plant body is called Thallophyta. Undifferentiated plant body is called Thallophyta. Let you observe here, which is in a haploid condition. Which is in a haploid condition, it is called Gametophyte. Which is in a diploid condition is called Sporophyte. So in this picture, what you are appearing on the screen, Gametophyte is present as well as Sporophyte also present. Heart-shaped, green, multicellular structure is called prothallus. So you are finding here mature Gametophyte, prothallus, multicellular, green, heart-shaped, inconspicuous, which is not clear. Inconspicuous structure is present, that is called prothallus. So here you are finding on the screen is a prothallus, which consists of, here thallus body is there, along with that rhizoids, root-like structures, rhizoids are present, and again male reproductive organ Anthoidium and female reproductive organ is Archegonium also present. So both the structures are appearing here. Close to the rhizoids, Anthoidium is present, and dorsal side, that means upper side, consists of Archegonium is present. So Archegonium is available here. If you observe the Archegonium, which consists of 6 cells, 1 egg cell, 1 VCC and 4 NCC. So these structures already we discussed earlier in the class. Once again I will discuss. If you take exactly the prothallus, which is a heart-shaped structure. Heart-shaped structure. I am writing once again that. So this is the gametophyte of Pteridophyta, which is a haploid condition. So it consists of rhizoids like this, which provide anchorage. So rhizoids are present, and again on this body only identified Anthoidium lower side and Archegonium upper side is also present. Archegonium, which is a flask-like structure. This is Archegonium. So female reproductive organ. And Anthoidium, here we find many male gametes formation can be taken place. They are called antherozoids. Multiciliated antherozoids are formed in case of Anthoidium. This is Anthoidium. So first time Anthoidium appeared in Thallophyta. So male reproductive organ is called Anthoidium. And left side is appearing here, it is a Archegonium, female reproductive organ. First time Archegonium appeared in Bryophyta. So Archegonium, first Archegoniophytes are the Bryophyta, and first Anthoidiophytes are the Thallophyta. At the same time, last Anthoidiophytes are the Teredophyta. Last Anthoidiophytes are the Teredophyta. And the last Archegoniophytes are the gymnosperms. So this comparison, I am repeating. First Anthoidiophytes are Thallophyta. First Archegoniophytes are the Bryophyta. Last Anthoidiophytes are the Teredophyta. Last Archegoniophytes are the gymnosperms. Anthoidium is a male reproductive organ. Archegonium is a female reproductive organ. Anthoidium forms male gametes are called antherozoids. multiciliated antherozoids are developed in case of Anthoidium, and in case of Archegonium, one egg cell, one VCC and 4 NCC. Totally 6 cells are present in the Archegonium. Fine. After, Anthoidium is releasing male gametes, that means antherozoids, and they reach the Archegonium. So for the fertilization, water is mandatory. So water is compulsory for reaching of male gametes to the Archegonium and getting fertilized. This process is called as zygogamous. So zygogamy is a process of fertilization occurs in Cylophyta, Bryophyta, Teredo. If we take gymnosperms and angiosperms, is called siphonogamy. Siphonogamous. Siphonogamy or siphonogamous can be identified in gymnosperms as well as angiosperms. In case of Cylophyta, Bryophyta and Teredo, they mean male gametes swim near to the Archegonium, that means egg cell, and getting fertilized is called zygogamy, zygogamous type of fertilization identified in first lower plants, that means Cylophyta, Bryophyta, Teredo. Coming to the higher plants, gymnosperms and angiosperms exhibit siphonogamous type of fertilization. So that we completed the same heart-shaped structure which is inconspicuous, and the gametophyte is. So now respectively in Anthoidium we are finding male gametes are present, that are called antherozoids. So antherozoids are swimming near to the Archegonium and egg cell is going to be fertilized. That we can say it as a zygote. After fertilization it is forming zygote, which is a diploid condition. So zygote onwards sporophyte begins. Sporophyte begins only from the zygote that become into embryo. So embryo is already said, first embryophytes are the Bryophyta and non-embryophytes are the Cylophyta. First embryophytes are the Bryophyta, non-embryophytes are the Cylophyta, and embryo is identified even in the Teredo also. That embryo only is again further divided and forms into Sporophyte, complete developed Sporophyte. Adult Sporophyte is finding here, which possess true root, stem and leaves. True root, stem and leaves are possible in case of first time the Teredo. The Sporophyte of Teredo first time exhibit true root, stem and leaves. In case of Gametophyte of Bryophyta, leaf-like, stem-like, root-like structures are appeared. Gametophyte of Bryophyta first time exhibit leaf-like, stem-like and root-like structures are exhibited. And in case of Teredo, the Sporophyte, which mean diploid stage, only exhibiting true root, stem and leaf. So here we are finding that true root, stem and leaf in case of Teredo, that develops leaf-like structures which are called frond. Frond also can be seen in case of Teredo. That also I will take one frond. So prothallus is taken here, and if you take one example for the Teredo, so best example Selaginella. Selaginella is given here. So first time we are finding that true stem here appearing clearly, and root system is a adventitious root system. Root system is called adventitious root system, and the stems are creepers, creeping on the substratum on the soil, and stem possess leaves. Leaves are called, if it is small leaf is called microphyll, and in case of large it is called macrophyll. So microphyll as well as macrophyll, like the two things are available. In case of small leaf, now you are finding the selaginella is a small leaf, is example for microphyll, and large leaf, that means macrophylls also can be seen in case of fern. So fern plant here, generally stem grows horizontally on the substratum. First time that vertically grown stem which bears sporophylls as a group which is forming cones. First time the cone formation takes place in the selaginella, and even earlier we seen that same here selaginella. So microsporophylls which bears sporangium. Sporangium also we can take. What is exactly sporangium and sporophyll? Sporangiums are spherical structures that are present in the ventral side. Ventral side, it means lower surface of the leaf. Ventral side, lower surface of the leaf consists of small sac-like structures are called sporangium, and the leaf which consists of sporangium is called strobili. That means, sporophyll. Different sporophylls are going to become into strobili. It means cone-like structure is going to form. So that we'll take one more diagram. Selaginella which bears cones, strobili. So now we are finding one side, that is dorsal side only we are finding here. Ventral side, if you see the leaf, it consists of sporangium. Ventral side of the leaf only consists of sporangium. Here also the same, dorsal side only appearing. Let me take a ventral side of the leaf which bears sporangium. In one of the video also I shown, I recorded these sporangiums. Same video, you just check it. Clearly shown in case of sporophyll. Fine. Let me take another example. Marsilia. So it is a trifoliate compound leaf. One best example. Trifoliate compound leaf. We seen monofoliate, bifoliate, trifoliate, and quadrifoliate. Quadrifoliate means 4 are available here. So Marsilia is a best example for quadrifoliate leaf. So Marsilia, exactly 4 leaves, leaflets, not leaves, 4 leaflets are present at the tip of the petiole. See here, 4 exactly is present. At the tip of the petiole, there are 4 leaflets are present called quadrifoliate. Quadrifoliate example is Marsilia. Marsilia belongs to fern plant. That means Teredo Phyta. Here you observe clearly Marsilia structure. So root system is adventitious root system. Adventitious root system, and stem is a creeper, and vertically which bears even leaves. The petiole, at the tip of the petiole, 4 leaflets are present is called quadrifoliate, and here young leaves, if you can observe, which is a coiled young leaves are present, is called circinate vernation. Circinate vernation, young leaves are coiled it. So you are finding here, this is called circinate vernation, young leaf. So adult leaf you are finding here clearly. The leaf consists of petiole. At the tip of petiole only the 4 leaflets are present is called quadrifoliate, and young leaf is exhibiting the circinate vernation. The coiled young leaves are called circinate vernation. That means from tip of the leaf to the base which is coiled is called circinate vernation. Circinate vernation is exclusive feature of Pteridophyta. So now we observe the Marsilia structure. Okay. Then still we can take another example. So these all are pteridophytes which are exhibited now. We shown the sporophyte and gametophyte already shown with only the one set of chromosomes, and even one more walking fern, adiantum also we can take adiantum. So fern plants are, that means pteridophytes are well attractive because of its leaves and even arrangement of leaves on the stem. So however attractively are there, so best ornamental plants and also best medicinal plants also available in case of Pteridophyta. Because of that reason only we must should aware about this all. Okay, still we will take another stem. Root system already observed that Adventist root system, and if we can take the stem which are exhibiting the different types of anatomy, let you take one example here. So centrally what is present? Xylem is present. Centrally xylem is present, peripherally phloem is present. This type of steel is called Proto Steel. So centrally xylem and peripherally phloem is present, is called Proto Steel. So selaginella consists of Proto Steel. That means centrally xylem and peripherally phloem is located. See that. So this type of steel is called Proto Steel, first formed steel. That means first time the xylem and phloem are present in case of Pteridophyta. So that exhibit Proto Steel. So centrally xylem and peripherally phloem is present. And still there are different varieties are identified in case of Pteridophyta. Proto Steel already we completed. Next we can take Siphono Steel, Soleno Steel, and even one more also is present. Dictio Steel is also present. Dictio Steel, Siphono Steel also can be taken now. Proto Steel already we observed. Proto Steel we observed already. So let's take here directly all varieties. Fine. Soleno Steel, Dictio Steel, U Steel. U Steel is identified in case of higher plants. So that is already we know in the higher plants consist of U steel and Dictio steel also present, along with overlapping leaf gaps also can be seen here. Overlapping leaf gaps and Soleno steel with leaf gaps only can be identified. Soleno steel. So I said there are different varieties of steels in the Pteridophyta. Proto steel, first time already said, Proto steel. Yes, here it is there. Proto steel. So centrally xylem, peripherally phloem is present. So that are again two types we find here. Siphono steel, which is along with the medulla. Along with the medulla, that means pith is also present. That is called siphono steel. And even one more variety is soleno steel. Siphono steel with leaf gaps you are finding here. Siphono steel with leaf gaps. And Dictio steel is also present with overlapped leaf gaps also present. Dictio steel. So once again, Proto steel. Centrally xylem, peripherally phloem is present. And next we identify the siphono steel. So center of the stem pith, that means medulla is present, is called siphono steel. Again soleno steel is also present with the leaf gaps. Along with siphono steel with leaf gaps are present. See, gap is identified here. It is as like a siphono steel only, but still some leaf gap is present. Again Dictio steel if we take, with overlapping leaf gaps are present. Overlapping gaps also present. Dictio steel. So these all varieties are seen in case of Pteridophyta. So what are the steels, types of steels are identified? I am repeating. Proto steel, siphono steel, Solenosteel, Dictyosteel, like these varieties of different types of steels are present. First Tracheophytes are only the Teredo Phyta. First time xylem and phloem are present in case of Pteridophytes. Stem possess first time steel. That means tracheal system is present. Xylem and phloem. Xylem conducts water and phloem conducts the food material. That you know clearly. Fine. So such type of well developed steel. That means with xylem tracheids and even vessels. Sorry. Xylem tracheids only can be present. So highly developed vessels and sieve tubes are present only in case of angiosperms that are lack in the pteridophytes. I am repeating, well developed vessels and xylem tracheids, particularly the trachea and in case of phloem, sieve tubes are and albuminous cells. See combination, this all I will take directly one. Let we take. So there are different types of cells here. Let we have a first types of steels also. First xylem we can take. In case of xylem, there is a tracheids. Tracheids are present in all the tracheophytes. Tracheids. So in all the tracheophytes, tracheids are present. And if we take vessel, that is also called as trachea, vessels. So vessel, also called as trachea, is present only in case of angiosperms. Trachea. So these vessels only present in case of angiosperms. And if you go for the phloem, in case of phloem, generally sieve cells, albuminous cells are present in case of pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Sieve cells and albuminous cells are present. Albuminous cells only present in case of phloem. And if we take angiosperms, in place of the sieve cells, sieve tubes are present. If we go for angiosperms, sieve tubes and companion cells are present. Companion cells, these two are present only in case of angiosperms. Last time repeating, sieve cells and albuminous cells are present in case of pteridophyta and gymnosperms. And if we take angiosperms, sieve tubes and companion cells are present. So this we got it. And if we take all the classification of pteridophyta, in that there are 4 types of classes are identified. In that the first group is only the Cylopsida. Cylopsida. For that example, I will take here Cylopsida. One Cylotum. Cylotum. So at beginning, Cylotum. Sporophyte. So which exhibit diploid condition. So sporangiums are present. So this diagram is not much clear here. Fine. So leaves are appearing here, and close to the leaves only we find the sporangium. So rhizome is a underground stem which is generally grows horizontally and which gives rise to new stem. That means new branches can be found. So first group is a Cylopsida. Cylotum we got it. Second group is a Lycopsida. Lycopsida consists of Selaginella and Lycopodium also is present. Lycopodium and Selaginella, two are the same group. Here we can take some best diagram for us. You observe here, exactly suitable for us explanation also. Root is a adventitious root. Adventitious root, because of any part of the stem, root is developed. And if you observe on the stem is creeper growing horizontally, and even branches also can be identified. So leaves are identified. Here these leaves are called microphyls. At the tip of the stem it is going to form into a strobilus. It means cone-like structures are formed. Cones are formed at the tip of the stem, which grows vertically upwards and bears the strobilus. So strobili. So many cones. Fine. So leaves are called microphyls and macrophyls. If it is small, microphyll. If it is large, macrophyll. So microphyls are seen only in the Lycopodium, Selaginella, like these examples. And macrophyls are found in case of fern. That also we will take example. Macrophyls, which is large leaves. And here leaves which bears the sporangium are called sporophyll. Along with the microphyll and macrophyll, we also have sporophyll. So the leaf which bears sporangiums are called sporophyll. Such sporangiums proceeds meiotic division, reductional division, and forms haploid spores. So in the strobilus or even the sporophyll, sporangiums are present. In the sporangium proceeds the reductional division and form haploid spores. Such spores only germinate and gives rise to Gametophyte. See here we are finding it exactly. Strobilus. In the strobilus, what do you find? Sporangium is present. See, they are shown very clearly here in the diagram. So many leaves which are become into strobilus. In the strobilus, sporangium is present. In each sporangium, spores are formed. Sporangium inside spores are develops. Such spores germinate and forms a gametophyte. See, germination of spore also is finding here. Germination of spore, which become into gametophyte. So spore formation takes place only in the sporangium. The sporangium is present in the sporophyll. Many sporophylls together become into strobilus. So many spores are developed inside the sporangium. So many sporangiums are here, which are becoming into a cone is called strobilus or strobili. First time cone formation seen in case of Selaginella, and even in the Lycopodium also we seen. Equigetum also we identified cone formation. Strobilus formation can be seen in the Lycopodium, Selaginella and even Equigetum. Coming to this sporophyll, that means in the strobili only, each leaf is called strobili. In each leaf is called sporophyll. In the sporophyll only sporangiums are present. Such a sporangium is going to form the spores by reductional division. Until that they are in diploid state, and now haploid state begins. So which is called gametophyte. The spore germinate and gives rise to gametophyte. Spore germinate and gives rise to gametophyte. So the gametophyte is a green, multicellular, heart-shaped, inconspicuous structure is called prothallus. So prothallus exhibit rhizoids for providing anchorage and even absorption of water. So this prothallus can be seen as a male and female structure. If both are appeared, Anthoidium and Archegonium appeared in a single thallus, is called monoecious. So here Lycopodium and Selaginella, if you can observe, Lycopodium is both are identified here. It means Anthoidium and Archegonium both are present on the same thallus. So it is called monoecious condition. Monoecious. So most of the pteridophytes are all monoecious condition and even homosporous. Homosporous means one type of spores only can be developed. See here the spore formation is there, only one type of spores. That is why it is called highest plants are homosporous, and heterosporous also are present. If you take Selaginella and Salvinia, Selaginella and Salvinia are best example for heterospores. Homospores are found in case of Lycopodium, Equigetum. Lycopodium and Equigetum, horse tail is their Equigetum, which exhibit only the one type of spores, so called homospores. And if you take another one, Selaginella and Salvinia as well as Marsilia are the best example for heterospores, and they are going to form different thallus. Archegonium and Anthoidium are going to form different thallus. So that is called dioecious condition. The dioecious thallus are generally heterospores and monoecious condition generally homospores. So one type of spores only is going to be formed. So on one thallus only can be identified Anthoidium and Archegonium. So then it is going to be fertilized and becomes into a zygote. The zygote become into embryo. The embryo again forms sporophyte. The sporophyte is going to bear the sporophylls, and in the sporangium spores are developed. The spore again germinate in the suitable condition and forms a prothallus again gametophyte. Like this life cycle will be continued. So this life cycle is about Lycopodium. Of course, all will be the same. All pteridophytes also will have the same type of life cycle. Sporophyte consists of sporophyll. In the sporophyll only sporangiums are present. In the sporangium spores will be developed by reductional division. So reductional division only spores will be formed, and such spores are going to be germinate and forms the gametophyte is called prothallus, which is able to synthesize the food material by its own. So the gametophyte is a independent, and the sporophyte already having a true root leaf and stem here. So true leaf is present. So they are able to synthesize their own food. So they are already autotroph. So sporophyte is autotroph, it means independent, and gametophyte is also independent. So this relation is identified only in the pteridophytes. So both gametophyte and sporophyte are independent are seen in the Pteridophyta, both independent. It means the gametophyte and sporophyte are independent are seen only in the Pteridophyta. If we take Thallophyta, the gametophyte only the dominant. It is only able to synthesize the food. And if we take Bryophyta, the gametophyte only dominant, and in case of masses, the sporophyte is able to synthesize the food even though it depends on gametophyte for the water. And coming to the Pteridophyta, gametophyte and sporophyte both are independent. And gymnosperms, angiosperms, the sporophyte is only complete dominant, and the gametophyte is completely dependent on the sporophyte. So in case of gymnosperm and angiosperm, a sporophyte is only complete dominant, and the gametophyte is completely dependent on the sporophyte. That relation we find it. And next we can take another one. So there are 4 groups we said. In the 4 groups, let's have now the 4 groups also. So first said already Cylopsida. 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 And second one Lycopsida. Lycopsida. Third one is Spinopsida. Spinopsida. And the last one is Pteropsida. Pteropsida. Like this 4 classes are there under the Pteridophyta. The first Cylopsida. Example is Cylotum. Cylotum. So this already shown diagram also. Cylotum is the best example for the Cylopsida. Lycopsida, Selaginella, already shown the diagram. Selaginella and one more Lycopsida also shown the diagram. Both diagrams we shown. Till now we shown even Lycopsida, Lycopodium. Spinopsida is a equigetum, horsetail. Equigetum. Horsetail is a common name. That also already shown the diagram. You go back and again after you can watch those structures. Next, Pteropsida is there. Pteris, Dryopteris, Adiantum. So, Pteris, Dryopteris, Adiantum. These are the example belongs to Pteropsida. Now, if we can take specials I will take now. Selaginella is a best example for Heterospores. Equigetum, best example for Homospores. Heterospores means two types of spores are formed. Homospores means only one type of spores are formed. So, Selaginella is a best example for heterospores. Equigetum is a best example for homospores. So, most of the pteridophytes are highly are homospores and very less members only we find heterospores. And Monoesus thallus are always homospores. So, according to that, if we take Equigetum is a Monoesus and Lycopodium is also Monoesus. So, Lycopodium is a best example for homospores. Selaginella, Salvinia, Marsilia. These three are the best example for heterospore. Selaginella, Salvinia, Marsilia. So, we did not take even the Salvinia. Salvinia we will take now. That also we can observe once. Salvinia. Salvinia. So, heterospores are possible and even dioecious condition. So, two types of spores and dioecious condition. So, on the water surface only their leaves are appearing now. Okay. Now, let's have a few questions regarding this all. How far we understood? That we can take some questions. Okay. Very good. Thank you for all your responses. Now I will continue few questions and you are finding even some names also on the screen. You can observe and give me the answers. Can you give example for homospores? Come on. Leave a comment. Homospores. Give example for homospores. Come on, leave a comment. First comment only will be appreciated. Come on. Can you give example for homospores? Sumalasi is given. Equigetum. Equigetum is correct. Equigetum. E-Q-U-I-S-E-T-U-M. E-Q-U-I-S-E-T-U-M. Equigetum. Very good. Sumalasa, keep it up. Next, another question that. Can you give example for Heterosporus? Heterosporus. Come on, leave example for Heterosporus. Heterosporus. Very late comment is coming. Come on. Heterosporus. Everyone must try to leave a comment. Come on. Heterosporus example. Heterosporus. If you are finding on the screen also available. Ranju is given first. Very good. Selaginella and Sumalase also is given. Very good. Marsilia, Selaginella, Salvinia. These are the examples. Selaginella, Salvinia, Marsilia. So these are the examples which are identified heterospores. Next, can you give example for the prothallus which exhibit both Anthoidium and Archegonium? Come on. Can you give example for the both Anthoidium and Archegonium present in the single thallus? Can you give example for both Anthoidium and Archegonium are present in a single thallus? Come on. I discussed about the same along with the diagrams. Who can leave? Come on, first will be appreciated. Come on. Come on. Leave a comment. Okay. What is this? Some comment is not properly is given. Okay. Selaginella is given, but it is not correct. M. Krishnaveni. Come on, Yan also is given, not given correctly. I asked that the thallus which is having both Anthoidium and Archegonium and the single thallus. Both Anthoidium and Archegonium are the single thallus. Come on. I am giving the clue to you. Very great answers are coming. Fine. I will give the clue to you. Which are exhibiting one type of spores or generally consist of one thallus. I given a clue. Given a clue. Come on. Anyone? Just a minute. Come on. Which are one type of spores are produced are homothallus. That means only one type of thallus can be seen. One type of spores are produced and one type of thallus, only one thallus which bears both Anthoidium and Archegonium. Yes, Ranju is given correctly. Equivegetum, very good. That means homospores are is equal to same. One thallus only can be taken. Fine. Anyway, concentrate well and try to leave a comment correctly. So less response only I am getting. Try to leave a comment. It will be appreciated. That will give you a kind of energy to you. Fine. Tomorrow will continue. Tomorrow also the same timing. So we'll continue. Tomorrow also same timings. Thank you all of you.